Lawbry strikes again. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to wear this shirt. It was very important. Go to fromthevillage.us, go grab you one. For the next week, I'm sending, next 5 days, I'm sending personal thank you videos to everyone who grabs one because this exact message. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Lawbry Graham, the snitch god, the champagne cop, is trying to ruin hip hop again. He is not going to be happy till he destroys the platform and the culture. But Drake, if you've been paying attention, if you know what happened, he tried to sue over Not Like Us and UMG and all this stuff. He lost in embarrassing fashion. He's trying to set legal precedents to basically ruin the art of hip hop. And I'm going to tell you that this also feels racist. And I know I don't want to always go into that bag, but I'm gonna say why I feel it. I'm not gonna just jump out the gate, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel it later on. So he's appealing the loss. Shout out to Judge Vargas, who initially gave him his first L. Well, first legal L, I guess. Hold that, and now he wants to appeal. So it's a 60-page appeal that he did. So I might read that in a live stream. But right now, I got more to cover. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but let's just do the cliff notes. Drake and his legal team have filed a 60-page opened appellate brief seeking to overturn the dismissal of the defamation lawsuit against UMG over Not Like Us. Lame! So he lost. He's crying, and he's trying to do it again. So if you are a hip-hop fan, if you're a fan of art, I always say, like, man, if you are OV Ho, if you are a super Drake stan, I literally saw someone who tweeted, I'll go against the black community for Drake. And I started realizing there's so much stuff that you got to, mental gymnastics and things that you clearly don't want to stand against or stand for that you do because your whole personality is Drake, that I feel sorry for y'all. I really do. Because Drake is actually being hypocritical to himself as somebody who's in a diss track. As somebody who came out during the Young Thug stuff talking about, oh, you can't use lyrics. Ah! The softest rapper there's ever been in history. In history. That's why I say J. Cole could apologize 47 times. He will never be as much of a duck, quack, 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 as this a lawsuit made Drake. His name is Drake. Dude, a Mallard. Anyway, so the filing states that the song presents an unambiguous matter of fact that Drake is a certified PDF and alleges that UMG relentlessly promoted the track in a misleading way that caused him serious harm. It also argues that allegations has a precise meaning that is capable of being proven true or false. So, initially, Judge Vargas basically said you cannot use battle rap lyrics as real life things that are happening because one, Drake's team is saying we're all stupid and we don't know how to differentiate a rap battle in real life. That's what Drake is telling you. You're an idiot. And that's what his team is. What Judge Vargas said was, no, we're not stupid. We know the difference. You don't have to hold our hand. I know you just got here, Mr. Canada, but we've known this since LL Cool J. Like, trust me, we're okay, bro. You don't got to change the rules because you got walked down. You don't have to do that. But Drake is saying, no, you guys believe it. What's goody? It's your boy Screw. You know I'm always trying to find ways to make a little money on the side. And one thing I really rock with are those programs that allow you to get paid for playing games. And the one I'm using right now, I'm rocking with, is called Tester Up.
Wow, that is very interesting. Please tell me more.
It's an app that makes everything way easier. You download it, pick a game, and it tracks your progress for you so you don't have to guess or wait for the payout. This finna be a breeze. Out of everything I've tried, they've had the best payouts, and that's why I'm really rocking with them currently. So here's how it works. Now, obviously, mobile games need people to play their games. Instead of just running ads, they pay TesterUp to find people who will actually play.
Oh, say less.
TesterUp connects you to those games so you actually get paid for the time that you put in. When you sign up, there's usually a bonus offer that pops up. Start with that one. It's the easiest way to rack up your first bit of money. If you want to try it, download through my link or scan my QR code so you're using the same system that I am. There's a lot of random programs out there, but this is the one that's paying out the best.
There can be only one.
So give it a shot and let your boy know what you think. And I'm going to get into the point why I feel like there's got a racial element to this. Now, it seems like, I could be wrong about this, but it seems like the art form that gets pushed the most and talked about, the lyrics and this type of stuff happens, is mainly hip hop. When in the biggest cases of this feel like hip hop, I've been hip hop, like where legal precedents, where there might have been jail time and stuff behind it, have been hip hop. I don't understand why, and I said this, the whole thing about rappers having to be real or rappers having to rap about the things they saw and could not use their imagination, that handicapped rap a long time ago. I don't know if it was a white racist decision. I don't know if it was something that the streets decided what was real or not, but that hurt us bad. Because it's saying that we aren't smart enough, that's how I feel, to be artists and creatives. Because why does Quentin Tarantino get to make the bloodiest, and these are visuals, the most bloodiest, massacringest, most hard R saying most movies, and then he gets to just, it's art. It's art. You don't get to, da-da-da. Why does, who made the Goodfellas? Martin Scorsese get to make a history, a whole career off gangster films, but people who make gangster rap have to be prosecuted legally. Y'all don't never think about that? Why can't somebody just be a creative? No, I didn't see none of this shit. But this happens to us, so I'm rapping about it. I'm a creative. Why can't we be creatives? Now, when you say it got to be real because you're not smart enough to be creative, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. I don't hear this in country. They got problematic music too. I don't hear this in pop. They got problematic music too. I don't hear this in rock. Maybe a few times I heard it, but not like hip hop. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Anyway. And I feel like Drake knows that too, and that's why he's doing this. I feel like Drake knows that they already look at us as criminals. They already look at our art form as criminal. And I feel like, yes, some of us have helped press that, because there's some people who, when you ask them, will openly be like, basically, yeah, hip hop, it does have a criminal. You gotta have it. There's people who literally have that feeling. So it's like, yeah, and they look just like all skin folk and kinfolk. You understand me? So anyway. The brief also claims the ruling creates a dangerous categorical rule by treating rap disses as non-actionable opinion. The court effectively created an unprecedented and overboard categorical rule that statements in rap diss tracks can never constitute statements of fact. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's the racism. And that's where Drake is a culture vulture. Drake, you're the worst type of culture vulture. Because you did all of this stuff. You got to say whatever you got to say. And you didn't get no legal. But then when it was time that you lost, what about the 3 whaps you had in the car in war? Should somebody pull you over and check your car now? When you ring Gigi, do him up neatly. Do we have to go check what Gigi did? How is it you get to catch a body like that? You get to be gangster. You get to kill whoever you want to on your raps. You get to say whatever problematic thing you say about women. You get to diss whatever woman you can, degrade anybody you want. You get to say that you gonna cut Kendrick's throat with the razor. You get to say all of that. But letting niggas say certified lover boy, certified PDF. What? Then we need to have legal precedent, bro. You a vulture, dog. You are a vulture, and this is why I don't like Drake. Well, the fact that he also involved me in the first lawsuit, it was over then. But this is where I go, no, I love hip hop more than I love any of you individual rappers. Anybody does some goofy shit to another rapper, and he's like, it's not to another rapper, it's to a... Shut up, bro. So here's a video that I wanted to showcase. I saw a little bit of it. I was kind of interested to see. Now, I didn't really fully see what he said, but let's get into it because the title is Why Drake's Appeal Will Backfire.
Drake is suing his own lyrics. No, really. Watch this. So Drake is appealing a lawsuit that messes with how speech gets used in court. Sounds smart. It's not. If he wins, he proves words matter enough to be dangerous.
Yep.
Guess whose career is words? Congratulations, you just turned your own catalog into homework for lawyers.
This is literally what I said. This is literally what I've been said. It's the hypocrisy of the and like, even if you're a Drake fan, you should be urging Drake to stop this. Because how are y'all not seeing what's going on? Like, do people be that? So you're not seeing all of these lawsuits, whether they're frivolous or not, that are hitting Drake right now for the gambling stuff. What do y'all think will happen if Drake sets this precedent that lyrics can cause harm? What do y'all think is gonna happen? If there's a bunch of people right now suing him for that, for the stake stuff, what do you think will happen? Does Drake remember what Drake be saying in his songs? Hell yeah.
That is not protection. That is high definition evidence. But if he loses, nothing changes. Lyrics still get used. Freedom of speech. Patterns still matter. Basically the same ending. You can't spend over a decade saying my words are real and personal and authentic, and then tell a judge, actually, words shouldn't be taken like that. Pick one. Someone tell him that the courts run on receipts and not vibes, please.
So basically, that he's saying what I was saying too, where it's like, yeah, bro, this is absolutely positively the dumbest thing for Drake to do, because Drake himself is going to be a victim of some of this. Now, I wanted to read this tweet also because I feel like it's very, it's simple, but it's powerful. After, shout out to Lat Daw 2012, 97 till Infinity and Beyonce, which is a hilarious name. After Pusha, he tried to rewrite the rules of what's allowed in rap battles. He's doing it again in the court system. That's what Drake tries to do, is rewrite. When he loses, he tries to rewrite he tries to rewrite the rules of battles, and I'm gonna show you another example of that here in a second. I don't know if it's due to nostalgia or commercial dominance, but he is afforded grace you'll never extend to other rappers, from ghostwriting to suing over disses. I'm gonna keep it gangster. Drake, the fact that there are still like people pushing and trying to protect this, Drake is allotted a type of protection. Even though people are going at him and it's looking like everything's imploding on him, Drake is a lot with some of the stuff that's came out, and we've actually been okay with it, or we've just been like, it's whatever. He keeps pressing the issue. He keeps habitually stepping over that line. Now I'm going to show you where I think the initial... Because this is a pattern of Drake's. This is what Drake said after he lost the Pusha T battle, right? The rules of beef, there are none. Once he lost the Pusha T battle, he goes, on the shot, Drake argues Pusha T went too far by attacking Noah, 40 Shabib, and mentioning his multiple sclerosis. By the way, he mentioned Pusha T's wife. It's just, bruh, if either loved ones are fair game or loved ones aren't fair game. You understand me? And I don't care if, because I don't know if he mentioned Victoria first or whatever. Regardless, if it's fair game, it's fair game, gang. Don't say he went too far, but I'm gonna go. Like, so then, what? Say, and with all this stuff, you get to say it's fine. Okay, it broke rules when it comes to rap beef. Pusha T and Budden spent the first part of the new interview going against that notion. From them, there are no rules when it comes. Here's the thing that I always say about rap battles, right? If you are an actual battle rap fan, right, it's just like freedom of speech, right? There is freedom of speech in battle rap, so there is no rules against what you can say. There's not freedom of consequence. That's the only thing I said. So if you go and you diss somebody's baby, right, you have every right to do that. And in fact, I can say, I'm not going to give you points for that diss, but it's all, you don't get disqualified in the battle for being too disrespectful. But now if someone pulls up on you and cracks you to the yellow yoke, that's also understandable too. So it's just, you can say whatever you want. So that's what I say. At the end of the day, you cannot tell somebody what to say in a battle, what they can and cannot say in a battle, the same way you cannot tell somebody what they can and cannot do in a fight. This is the lamest ongoing case in hip hop. And Drake, wow, bro. And Iceman, he gonna be the toughest person ever too. Weren't you just in front of a bunch of guns rapping? What if I found that offensive? What if I don't know, I feel like, because he mentioned my name in a lawsuit and now he has guns, now I know he knows my name, I don't feel safe because with the guns, and what if I start that goofy ass